Hey YouTube, and welcome to another video with myself, Michael Boxfx. It's been about a week since my last video actually. There's been a lot going on in the background and keeping myself busy, and obviously everybody's dealing with this coronavirus thing, so everybody's sort of all over the place and everywhere is a bit topsy-turvy at the moment. People are losing their heads and becoming hysterical and buying all the toilet roll. I still don't understand that one. I haven't met anybody yet that's had the flu that's had diarrhea, but there seems to be this thing about buying all the toilet roll. But it happens. People get complete hysteria and start panic buying everything when there's no need to, and they start panicking everybody else, including kids. So very selfish individuals and don't think of anything but themselves. But there you go. That's how people are, and yeah, funny times. Anyway, great to be back. As you can see, I've been playing Will of the Wisps on Xbox Game Pass. Fantastic game. I hope to play some more. I haven't played as much as I would enjoy or would have liked to have, but I've been really getting into the Division 2 Warlords of New York even update. I've been really enjoying that, and I'll be digging more into that in another video. Today I want to be talking about Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Oh my god, where do you start? I mean, I watched the PlayStation 5 reveal yesterday. At the end of the day, I'm a gamer. I'm excited for new hardware, and I get excited for new things. Well, whether it be Xbox, Nintendo, or PlayStation. But oh my god, I've never seen a presentation like that. I've never seen a console reveal quite like Mark Cerney did yesterday, the hardware lead for PlayStation yesterday. I've never seen anything like it. It was like watching paint dry. I enjoyed deep dives. I like to see the tech and what's in there, but if you're going to do something like that, at least get somebody with some charisma, because it was just appalling. I watched about 10 minutes, and by then I was just skipping, because I didn't watch it live. I was just skipping through because I just couldn't watch and listen to him anymore. If you're going to do something like that, you've got to have somebody with something about them. They've got to have some charisma. There was no excitement. There was no real sort of... you couldn't see any excitement in him whatsoever about what he was talking about. And it honestly reminded me of sitting at work doing a training day. It was like watching somebody do a PowerPoint staff meeting, because that's all it basically was. It was just rumbling off figures and numbers in an extremely boring and toneless way, and there was no way you could get excited about what he was saying or getting into, because it was just so bland. Really disappointed, and I was expecting a lot more. And I am an Xbox gamer, but like I said before, doesn't mean I can't get excited for new hardware. I was excited to see what Sony would bring into the table, and competition's good for both sides. It keeps them all on their toes. It keeps Nintendo and PlayStation and Microsoft with Xbox, keeps them on their toes and keeps them wanting to push things and get things going. So it is great to see these new consoles coming out and to see the competition, but it really was dull. I've never seen a presentation like it. When you compare the guys from Nintendo when they do their presentations and the excitement that they put into theirs, and even even though Microsoft chose to reveal the Xbox Series X at GDC, or the Game Awards, sorry, not GDC. There was something about it. It was exciting to watch, and it was good. It got you excited for the console, but nothing for this got me excited for that console whatsoever. It was like, wow, it's a staff meeting. It was appalling. It really was. But and we've still seen nothing of the console itself. We've seen nothing of the graphics. We've seen the specifications. They've talked about the specifications. There is quite a substantial gap between the two consoles performance-wise, which was quite surprising. I thought they would be closer. I mean, I know that when the 360 and the PlayStation 3 launched, there was a little bit of a performance. The PlayStation 3 had a slightly better performance than the Xbox 360, although the 360 was a lot easier to develop for, and a lot, game designers found it easier to program for. Hence why you saw better games on that system that performed better, because it was just easier to produce for. That wasn't the case with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Both sort of on a par development wise. The thing that made the difference there was the PlayStation 4 did have it wasn't a massive amount, but it did have a difference in performance. It did have a better performance level, faster hardware, but nowhere near as much as you would say if you were to compare the PlayStation 4 to the Xbox One X, or even the PlayStation 4 Pro to the Xbox One X. There was quite a substantial difference between those two consoles, and you can see that with the the Xbox One X quite often hitting native 4K, but it's going to be a lot different with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. There's quite a big difference. Solid state drives quicker on the PlayStation 5, which would mean accessing games is a little bit quicker, but I can't see that that's going to make a huge difference. Most of the difference is going to be on the way that the Xbox Series X can work through and produce these visuals with a lot more ease than the PlayStation 5. The notable thing for me, though, and I'm surprised at how popular back compatibility has been, certainly over this gen with the Xbox One, and the way that Microsoft and Xbox really pushed that. It's been extremely popular. I know people were dismissive of it, but it has been extremely popular. It's been a really popular feature on the Xbox One, and the way that Microsoft has gone with everything that is currently playable on the Xbox One is going to be back compatible on the Xbox One, the Xbox Series X, and I've got no doubt in my mind that once the Series X is out, the team will then go back and probably start working on more games to put on the back compat program. But to go through the PlayStation 5 reveal, where they're saying the top 100 games, the majority are playable, or will be playable at launch, I was quite surprised. I was expecting to at least see full 100% back compat for every PlayStation 4 game. To not see that was a surprise, and I think that it's disappointing. Certainly the way things are now, you would have expected them to at least back compat all PS4 from the off. Why they haven't done that, I don't know. And I mean, from what I'm reading, all Xbox One games will be, they will just run natively, and they will, in some cases, be enhanced. There'll be Xbox Series X enhancements for games, free updates on games to bring them up to Series X spec, and that's how it should be. That's what we want. We don't want to be spending all this money on these games and then not having them accessible for the new systems, and that's what Microsoft and Xbox have come to terms with, and they've been working hard on that, and it's been something that's been a really good feature on the Xbox One. It's been a fantastic feature, and the fact that that Phil Spencer wanted this to continue on with the Series X is proof that the feature has been extremely popular, and we as gamers like that. So yeah, very very surprised that Sony hasn't gone with this. Whether they're going to, they've said they're going to work on it, but I don't understand why those games shouldn't need to be worked on. They should just work natively. They shouldn't need any higgledy-piggledy, prattling around. They should be working on that system. That system, when it was designed, should have been designed from day one to run PlayStation 4 games. I'm amazed it isn't. The other thing as well, and this is something I've been considering all week, and it's something I didn't really want to think about, but it's become the way it is now. I don't know what it is for you guys, but for me at work, I work in the aerospace industry. It's been very badly affected. I work on the manufacturing side in aerospace, and you know, I've seen the effects of with my company and what this coronavirus is doing. I'm seeing it with my family. I'm seeing it with my friends. You know, the coronavirus is affecting everybody, and I must admit, when it first started, I thought it was just going to be like the other things and probably wouldn't affect me, and there you go. But it's affecting more and more people. It's you know, this country, the United Kingdom, I mean, there's just been a mad panic for toilet roll. I don't know how we're going to cope if we don't get any more toilet roll in the country. But it's like everything. I mean, they're bulk buying bloody pasta and kitchen cleaners and you name it, they're bulk buying it, and it's affecting industry. It is affecting industry, and this is what I'm coming to. I'm asking myself the question now that will we even see these consoles this year? Are things going to be that affected that we may even see Series X and the PlayStation 5 delayed until next year? Because even if in say 3 months things start to become normal again, losing their jobs because of, you know, I mean, a lot of places are going to end up closing, businesses are going to close, restaurants, all of these jobs, all these people on these bloody employment jobs that they've got, they're going to lose them, because these places are going to close. I mean, my kids, 2 of them work at, you know, they're on 0-hour contracts, you know, and they've got rent and things to pay, and they're not going to be paying them if the restaurants are closed. They don't get statutory sick pay because they're on too low an income, and they've still got their bills to pay, and it's people like this that are going to be affected by this. And you know, not just the UK, America and Europe, Italy, France, all of these countries are affected by this. China, I mean, China's a big one. I mean, this is where the majority of these things or all of them are actually manufactured. You know, are we actually going to see these consoles actually appear this year? Are they even going to be able to keep up with manufacturing? Will there be enough to even put on the shelves? And if so, will people be in a position where they can purchase a £500, $500 games console? You know, it's something I've been thinking about for the last week or two, and I wanted to do a video on this last week. I think the whole planet, you know, everybody affected by this virus is, we're only at the start. You know, we've got months of this to come, and I mean, I've got no doubt in my mind that the UK is going to go back into recession. You know, the government has had to put so much money into trying to keep businesses open and to keep us, you know, the companies that are affected, the employees. Not just the employers, the employees as well. You know, there's been so much been put into place to support us. You know, the country is going to go back into a recession. I have no doubt in my mind. Employment's going to go up. It's something serious to think about. You know, will these consoles appear? Will we even care this year? I mean, I'm excited for these consoles, but you know, we're in the UK still at the start of this, and it's absolute turmoil. People are just losing their heads and just acting like bloody idiots, and you know, jobs are getting affected, and you know, jobs is what gives us our cash. You know, that's where we get our money from. So yeah. And we enjoyed the dog barking there. It's always the way, isn't it? Whenever you're doing a video, somebody will knock on the door. Anyway, as it was anyway, I was finished. So yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments down below. If hit the bell, because I know the bell is the big thing now, to get notified of new videos. I do appreciate everybody that follows me and supports the channel. I really do appreciate it. And you know, let me know what you think. Will we see the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X released this year? What's your thoughts on how things are going at the moment? Let's face it, it's all absolutely balmy. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.